My name is Musa Kurtelli. I'm the Chief Exec of QubeGB Limited. We're based up in Scotland with nationwide engineering task force. So Cube was originally set up back in 2007 to supply engineering services to the telecom industry in terms of outsourcing their broadband repair installation work. Our engineering task force is made up of 500 engineers with about 50 contact center operators who support them in the field. Typically, the tier one carriers, they have their own engineers who go out there into the field and do the work. Since they've changed their strategy to outsource that activity to the likes of Cube, it means that we have to represent that organization. We have to act as though we are BT engineers. The old system was good for its time, but as time went on, we've added new customers on board, and the SLAs that we had to comply with became more stringent. In terms of additional reporting, we had to have a system that enabled us to do this without having to have a lot more manual intervention. And this was the biggest problem for us, and hence the need to move into a new system, which enabled our engineers or our operations to be able to, at the click of a button, to generate reports and send it off to our clients or for ourselves in order to be able to have, from a management information point of view, better management of our company. The engineers felt always frustrated to have to repeat their activity because something has gone wrong, they have to go back to the beginning and so on. So we wanted that capability to make their life much easier and quicker, of course, because then they spend less time at a customer's premises, which also frustrates the customer. They want their job to be done and out the door. We had to have something a lot more flexible, our ability to design additional functions into it, and hence the decision to move away from the old system. The decision to go with ServiceMax was based on industry standards and evaluation of what was on the market at the time, and without having to go into great detail of what the competitors are, we decided that ServiceMax was the best choice for us in terms of that capability, the future safety of the system, and of course it is on a platform that is well recognized worldwide. And some of our customers are using it as well, so that makes it easier for us to integrate through the APIs that they can do their bookings straight into our system. From my point of view, the biggest impact was the flexibility of the system that enabled us to switch from 400 odd workflows that we had in the previous system to less than 100. So we built an efficiency into the engineer's day, and that meant that operationally we were saving quite a bit of time. So in the old system, we were able to deliver 50,000 jobs per month. But by using ServiceMax, we're able to shave around 10 minutes per job, which translates to having the ability to do an additional 10,000 jobs per month. We did go live in June, and almost immediately we could see that the whole process where the engineers are using iPads to have their work defined for them, having the workflow that they could follow quite accurately, meant that we could see that not just the benefits of the time, but also the fact that they were feeling a lot more comfortable having a new system. From the customer's perspective, the use of ServiceMax meant that our reporting, the way that they gather information about their clients, can be much more flexible. For example, in the old days, they would ask us for certain kinds of a report, and it may take us up to 3 months to put this together and start delivering on that particular report. Now it's a matter of a couple of hours and the whole system is set up. Because of the system's reliability, we have an ongoing rotating stock take from each of the vans, and there are about 500 in the field, plus the warehouse, plus our pick-up and drop-off zones, of which we have 260 across the country. It means that we can rely on the data that we collate within the system and be able to report on their stock at any time of day and night. If I were to translate all those gains across the business, I think that the returns on our investment, we should be able to get that money back within 12 months. The average that we've been able to achieve was around 7.4 jobs per engineer per day. With ServiceMax, that's gone up to about 7.9, which is a great improvement. The next phase of our development, for example, with ServiceMax, is to enable us to do more intelligent routing, more dynamic routing, and reduce that time altogether so that we are at the needs of the client, and this is what they are looking for, giving the best service.